Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you guys for joining me today. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video on the only place to be for Man United news, guys. It's Stretford Post, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, of course, guys. Now, let's get straight into it. A little bit of news broke yesterday in regards to SEMENYO. Antoine Semenyo's release clause. Apparently, Antoine Semenyo has a release clause of 65 million. Now, there was rumors spreading that Liverpool could be about to trigger this release clause for Semenyo. Not only Liverpool, but Arsenal as well were looking to trigger this 65 million release clause for Semenyo. However, over this last few hours, it has emerged that Manchester United could be about to place a bid for 65 million to trigger Semenyo's release clause as well. This one's getting very, very interesting, guys. What do you think about that? What do I think about that? I'm not sure, guys. I'll be honest with you. We got Mbeumo, we got Cunha, of course. But if we're thinking about a January signing, 65 million, Semenyo coming through the door, would you be downhearted about that? That would be an absolutely fantastic signing, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely brilliant signing. It really would, guys. It absolutely would. Look, you know, Man United do need to fix that midfield. That is the priority in my head. In regards to Man United, that is the priority in my head. Fix that midfield, fix the wing-back positions, and I think we'll be all right. Bringing in Semenyo, is that a little bit too many attackers? Too many attackers. Do we have too many attackers? But Semenyo, 65 million, Man United, would he be enticed by Man United? Would he prefer a move to Liverpool or Arsenal? How do you feel about that, guys? There's a lot of ins and outs, twists and turns, of course, guys, that could possibly happen in the next few weeks before the transfer window comes upon us. Of course, guys, it's going to be a big one, this transfer window. It's going to be major, and there's going to be a lot of ins and outs. There's going to be lots of twists and turns, as I just said, of course. But Semenyo, 65 million, would you be happy with that? For me, and I'll be totally honest with you guys, I would much rather put that 65 million towards Anderson. That's what I would do. I would much rather put that 65 million towards Anderson and move on with a midfielder, because that is what Man United need. Man United don't need Semenyo. I'll be honest with you. Semenyo's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong. But right now, Man United need to think objectively. They need to think in the basis of the team, the balance of the team. Man United need a midfield. They need a midfield. Priority should be the midfield, guys. Absolutely, it should. And I believe that we will fix that midfield. We can't go and buy 65 million Semenyo and then go and buy Anderson 65 million. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work out. Man United don't have the peas for that sort of thing, of course, guys. But Semenyo would be a fashionable signing. It would be a statement signing in an attacking perspective, but it wouldn't be the signing that Man United need for a greater future, if you know what I mean. And that is what we have to do. We have to think maturely in regards to football. When you think about football, let's not think about shirt sellers and things like that. Let's think maturely. Let's think about, you know, what is good for the football club? What is good going forward? How can we go forward? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. But Semenyo, release clause, hidden release clause, apparently, 65 million euros. Look, listen, guys, I wouldn't want him to sign for Liverpool. I wouldn't want him to sign for Arsenal, because I know that it'll improve Arsenal. It would improve Liverpool. Liverpool and Arsenal, I think, are already covered in those positions as well. This is why I find it very interesting. You know, Liverpool just spent $500 million. And this is what I talk about Liverpool. Liverpool spent $500 million, right? $500 million. The team with 3 titles in 40 years. Right. And then they're saying that Man United are irrelevant. You know, they're below us in the league and they want to spend more money. OK. All right, mate. Let's talk about something else, which is much more, which makes sense to me a bit more. But, you know, what I would say is that Man United will always be the most relevant team in this bloody country, in England. Right. And I will say that 100% anyway. Semenyo, Man United, Arsenal or Liverpool is a possibility for Semenyo. And of course, guys, I do think Semenyo would be a great signing. But for me, Semenyo represents the icing on the cherry on the cake, if you know what I mean. That's what Semenyo represents. Man United don't need the icing on the cherry on the cake. Man United need to build the foundation. We need the sponge. You know what I mean? We need the midfield. That's what we need, guys. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we need. Man United need that, you know. And when Man United needs to get the midfield sorted, to get the wing back sorted, and I think we'll be all right from there, guys. And I think we'll move on from there, of course, with that midfield sorted, with that strike force sorted as well. We already got Mbeumo, we already got Cunha, we got Bruno. I think that's enough. I honestly think that's enough. I think that's enough to take us forward. I really do. I don't think we need any more attackers, in my opinion. Of course, guys, let me just say good morning to the community. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, everyone. Of course. Absolutely, guys. Big up yourself. Big up all bars one. How you doing, my friend? Good morning, Sal. You absolutely cooked it last night. Well done. No, it's all right, mate. It's all right. I will always represent my football club very well. I don't think people who live thousands of miles away have a right to say that Man United are a nothing club because they don't understand English football. England is a different country. You're not raised in England. If you're not raised in England, you shouldn't really have an opinion about, whether Man United are a good team or a shit team or, Busby Babes are irrelevant and all that. I don't think you really should be talking to us here. Maybe go and support Al Ali or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Don't be talking about my football club like that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I will defend my football club forever. You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. And the thing is, the truth hurts sometimes and it hurts people. But at the end of the day, that is life. Truth hurts sometimes. And let them, at the end of the day, I don't know where the hatred comes from. Man United, a fantastic club, one of the greatest clubs in the world. All right. And we still are. And most supported club in the world, one of them, top two. So at the end of the day, I don't really get it. I don't get it. I don't get the anger at Man United, the bitterness around Man United. People supporting Man United, supporting Liverpool and supporting our whatever team they support for thousands of miles away. Don't really know. I'm more respected in Liverpool than most of these guys. I saw I've had ex-Liverpool players on my channel. You know what I mean? Big up, all bars one. Ephraim, good morning, sir. I'm gutted Sesko's out for months. It's a month at the moment. I believe it is a month at the moment. It's about a month. It's not months yet, Ephraim. It's not months yet. But what I would say is that, it's disappointing. It is disappointing. We don't have a cover for the striker position. This is the thing. We're going to have to play the false number 9. We've been doing that anyway. Guys. We do that anyway. We have the false number 9 anyway. Do you know what I mean? So, I just feel like it's just typical luck for Man United, isn't it? The injury curse strikes again. It's all luck. It's all about luck at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? At the end. Big up Sanjay, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up Mars, by the way. Big up Ephraim, by the way. Sal, it is a great show on Mo channel. You absolutely cooked everybody. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Ephraim. Really appreciate that. Look, it's very hard to talk with 3 against 1. It's a sign of disrespect and unintelligence. Intelligent people can't debate. You can't listen to my argument. You shout, you need 3 against 1, and that's just it. And that's what they need against a Man United fan, because Man United fans are generally more savvy with the old chestnut up here. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So what I would say is that anyone want to debate me one-on-one, they can debate me one-on-one and I can take them, but it's going to hurt their feelings. I mean, I can come on a channel and I can say that, you know what, F your club, F the Busby Babes. This is what I'm hearing. F this. It doesn't matter about the past. The past has passed this, past that, when people died and stuff like that. And but when I mention one thing, which is a total fact, where the teams were banned from Europe because of a certain team, and when I talk about Heinzel and I talk about things like that, people get very, very irritated. At the end of the day, look, I know lots of Juve fans. I know what they think about them. At the end, I will always speak the truth. This is not a kiddie thing here to me. This is something that is a little bit more serious. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and I will always defend the football club, regardless. Because if I believe that the football club has been attacked, if I believe that people are trying to mock me, guys, I come from 20 years in music industry, right? I didn't need YouTube to get any elevation, and this is the thing. No elevation for me. I didn't need YouTube for that. I elevated myself, musically, worked with legends. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But this is why I have no mind with speaking the truth. And I think everyone deserves the truth. I think people deserve the truth. People have the right to hear the truth and a right to hear it, because at the end of the day, if you're going to teach people about the birds and the bees, Man United are above Liverpool in the table. We're irrelevant, but we're the worst Man United side of all time, are above Liverpool in the table, right? And look, 3 league titles in 40 years, it's just not going to kick it, isn't it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just too much talk. Big up Mars. What is the budget? Do we know? Not as of yet. No. I would imagine it's not as much as people think, Mars. I would imagine it's not as a substantial amount as people are predicting. This is why when I hear the news about Semenyo, I'm like, what, 65 million? So what's going to happen with the central midfield? What's going to happen to Angelo Stiller, Carlos Baleba? What's going to happen with Adam Wharton? What's going to happen with these players? Are we just going to totally neglect the midfield position? We can't do that. I mean, you look, we will sign Semenyo. Great, we signed Semenyo. But what about the midfield? Look, you have to think logically, isn't it? You have to think on a basis of maturity. And that's what you have to do. Man United, right now, what we need is a spine. Man United need a spine. We don't have a spine. We're Slug FC. That's what we are. Snail FC. That's what we are at the moment. So we need to get a spine in that team that solidifies our chances of going up the table and challenging for major honours, because that is where Man United should be. That is where Man United should be, challenging for major honours. Not like Arsenal, don't win anything in 5 years. Challenge for challenge for honours, and let's win more trophies. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, and that is what it's all about. Sal, you are right. We need midfielders badly more than frontline. I agree, mate. I agree. Look, in the future, if we fix the midfield, if we fix the wing backs and stuff like that, then we can start thinking about more attackers. Do you know what I mean? We can start thinking about more attackers, but we have to fix the foundations of the football club. Do you know what I mean? The football club foundations have to be fixed at the end of the day. Unlike most teams, Man United have heritage. Man United heritage, and Man United have a beautiful heritage as well, not a disgusting one full of tragedy that is caused by them, right? I know people, guys, who went to Greece for the Liverpool final, went to Istanbul for the Liverpool final, right? I know people there. I know more Liverpool fans than them. Liverpool fans were stealing tickets from each other. That's what you're dealing with here. That's what you're dealing with, and they can't hack it. They can't take it. Always the victim. Always the victim. Always crybabies. Victim. Crybabies. Victim. Goodness me. Do you know what I mean? It makes me laugh. It does make me laugh. But Arsenal and Liverpool have many attackers, so Semenyo isn't a bad idea. Not for Man United, it's not. Liverpool can afford that. Liverpool have a midfield. Liverpool have a defense. Liverpool have a foundation. Arsenal have a midfield. Arsenal have a defense. Arsenal have a foundation. We don't have a foundation. You can't just give us Semenyo, guys, now, and then we got no midfielders. As Kenny said here, give us Semenyo, but give us a midfielder first. Exactly, and that's what it's all about, guys. It's about giving a midfielder first, guys. You know what I mean? That is what it's all about. Big up, Kenny. Kenny, did Paz on Mo's channel said Arsenal is a beautiful club. Makes me laugh the most. Look, at the end of the day, look, you know when you have to raise your voice to make a point, bunch of losers, 200 subscribers, bunch of losers, nothing. That's all it is, guys. Absolutely. Like, and that's what all it is. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I have a platform. I have another channel that's got over 2 million subscribers, so on my music channel, so they can just duck out. You know what I mean? What it is, right? What it is that they feel that they have to raise a voice to make a point. So I have to raise my voice, and I'm coming out with the facts. They're coming out. The bottom line is, I can compliment Arsenal. I can say how great Arsenal are. Arsenal have been good this season. I can say how good they've been, but I can also criticize Arsenal as well. But when you can't criticize Arsenal, and I do believe there's a little bit of I mean, I don't know what it is, licking the rim sort of things. You know what I mean? In regards to Arsenal, a lot of people are kissing Arsenal's backside. A lot of people are copying each other. You know what I mean? There's a lot of kiss-arsing in the Arsenal community and stuff like that. And I've said that a long time for no reason at all, when, you know, they're not even the greatest Arsenal team that I can remember. You know, and Arsenal fans have to raise their voice. And then when you get 3 against 1, of course, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go on the defensive. I'm gonna go on the offensive, should I say? And I'm gonna go for it. And if people can't take that, then that's just them. It's their weak mentality. You know what I mean? It's their weak, little fragile little things. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I can't help that. I will carry on defending my football club regardless. I don't need anyone. I will carry on supporting Man United, backing Man United, being the only Man United channel that actually spits sense, being the only Man United channel that can walk through Old Trafford right now and not get my ass kicked. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, that is what it's all about with this channel, guys. That is what it's all about with Stretford Post. Do you know what I mean? Not pretend I'm a Man United fan, that I'm throwing Ruben Amorim under the bus every single time I get a chance. Do you know what I mean? That is what I'm talking about. You know, I'm not going on other channels slandering this football club that people do. And I'm not going to let anyone slander this football club like people do. And the hypocrisy is absolutely immense, guys. Immense. It's immense. The hypocrisy is ridiculous. And if I come out with anything that teaches them about the birds and the bees, they're going to cry about it. And that is what it is. That's what I've known Liverpool fans to do. Well, fake ones anyway. But, you know, because I've been to a lot of Liverpool Man United games, spoken to a lot of great Liverpool fans. Of course, I had Jason McAteer on this channel, spoke about Liverpool. Very, very well as well, guys. Absolutely. I've had a few, you know. People know my history with Neil Ruddock. People know my history with other Liverpool players as well. I've done music for some of these players and stuff like that. You know, so guys, look, it is what it is at the end of the day. Hey, Sniper Man, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Why are United even talking about Semenyo? We don't need him now. I agree with Kula here. Hope you're doing well, Kula. Good to see you, of course. Big up, Sniper Man, by the way. Long time no see. My birthday's on Thursday. My birthday's on the 25th, Sniper Man. So don't forget my birthday. Don't you forget my birthday. It's all about the birthday, guys. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Big up, my friend. Are you a Sagittarius? Sniper Man. Also, Sal, you think Mount could play in the CM AFCON? I don't know. I don't think he's a good CM because I think the CM position, Sniper Man, is a little bit intense. And I think that because of Mason Mount's injury record, I wouldn't trust Mason Mount in that position. I wouldn't trust him in that position. I wouldn't trust Mason Mount in that position. I really wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Dave, morning, Sal. Hope you're well. I really prefer bringing in a midfielder first before even thinking about Semenyo. This is the thing, isn't it? We need to learn from our mistakes. We need to learn our lessons in regards to what we've been doing, Dave. You know, we need to fix the midfield. The midfield is the most important thing in the team. Yeah, we can get Semenyo down the line, but we might miss out on Semenyo, the release clause and stuff. But if it was between 65 million for Semenyo or 65 million for Anderson or Wharton, what one are you going to go for? I know what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Anderson or Wharton or even Belabor. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go for one of those players. I'm not going to go for the attacking. We've already got Cunha. We've already got Mason Mount. We've already got Mbeumo. We've already got Bruno. We've also got Shea Lacey and these young players coming up as well. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Mars. I feel that Arsenal have had their day, and that was 20 years ago with the Invincibles. Arsenal had their day. The 1998 team was the best Arsenal team I saw. The 1988 team, they ain't even close to that. They ain't close to that, right? Defensively, they're very good. Fair play. They're very good defensively. But I don't know what the gaslighting everyone to support Arsenal and Arsenal with this, Arsenal with that, and licking the backside of Arsenal fans. I don't get that. I really don't. And even with my homie Terry, I like very much. You know, he's from the East End like I am. You know, we're from around the corner from each other. The gaslighting of Arsenal is nauseating. You know, I feel nausea just listening to it. It's just ridiculous. And you're like, are you actually a Man United fan? And then you have to question them. Are they Man United fans? Are they really Man United fans? And you have to question that, of course, guys. And you have to bring these questions into the equation, of course. Mars, the biggest trophy they got is that Kinder Egg trophy. Look, at the end of the day, Arsenal may win the league this season. But the mark of a great team, right? The mark of a great team is a team that can go and do it again and again and again and win consistently. Pep Guardiola did it with Manchester City. Man United have did it multiple times. Liverpool, Chelsea, and all these teams can't win back-to-back titles. We've done the three-peat twice. You know what I mean? And look, guys, I don't want to hear about history because let's talk about the present. We're above Liverpool in the table. Let's talk about that. We're above Liverpool in the table. This crap Man United side, one of the worst Man United sides of all time, are above Liverpool in the table. So what do we go with that then? What's going on there? What's going on if we're so irrelevant? And that's what I want to know. You know, I just want to know that. I just want to know that equation right there because it's baffling in my mind. I don't know. I've never been good at maths, but, you know, let alone algebra. But this one is really baffling my mind as to why Man United are irrelevant, yet they're still ahead of Liverpool. The Liverpool side that spent $500 million, okay, Man United is still ahead of them. Really does make sense. When all the decisions this season so far, Man United have had against them, the decisions that have gone against Man United this season have been atrocious. Look at the Arsenal game, for example. You know, we could have scored that penalty against Fulham. We would be way up that league right now, way, way, way far away from them. And you think about the goals that they scored in the last minute as well. You think about that as well. It's ridiculous. It's pathetic. Listen, guys, the last thing you want from me, right, is being an enemy of me. Right? I'm not just the music. And that's the thing. I'm not just a podcaster, a YouTuber. Guys, listen. What people need to understand is this, right? You have to show respect to gain respect. There's no respect. And there's no respect, you don't get respect. If there's nothing like that, if there's no respect in regards to this great football club of mine, you're not going to get respect back at the end of the day. I'm known more in the Liverpool community than a lot of these people. You know, I can walk at Anfield and people know who I am. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, look, guys, it is what it is. People are always going to hate on Man United for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe their ex-girlfriends fancied David Beckham or something. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe something like that along those lines. Maybe that happened. I don't know. I really don't. But at the end of the day, what it is that, you know, the hatred, the bitterness, the sinister nature that is going on. every single week in, week out, needs to be addressed. And if they want to learn the facts, they can have the facts. If they want to learn the facts about the Champions League, the European Cup, the heritage of the European Cup, who put it on the map, what happened, why these teams, some teams don't have as many European Cups and things like this, we can go into that and we can discuss that. And I can discuss that. At the end of the day, you can bring up what the past is. You can bring up that past, it's the past, it's history, it's this and that, but it's actually not. It's actually a current fact right now. So we have to bring that into the equation, because why am I here? Why are they here? Why are all of us here? Why is Lee Gunner there? Why is he there? Why is he there? Because of that. At the end of the day, it's very easy for a chuff monster to be coming out and saying that, oh, who cares about the history? Of course they're going to say that. Of course they're going to say that, because we annihilate them in everything, in the last 20, 30 years. And that's the thing, Absolutely. Mars. If you look at it, it's Amram's fault, but it's the Glazers and it's the board's fault that we are such in a bad position. Mars, it's the board and Glazers' fault. Ineos's fault, the board's fault. It's their fault that we didn't get a midfielder. It's their fault that we didn't get wing backs. Now, people don't want to listen to me about what the Glazers, guys, people don't want to listen about the Glazers. They don't want to listen here about the Glazers, why the Glazers are the worst ownership ever in football, guys. They speak a lot of dumbness at the end of the day, and this is just the way it is for these people. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. They speak a lot of dumbness, I thought your birthday's 23rd, but it was that close, I guess. 25th, my guy. 25th, Kenny. But Kenny, can I just say something? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for sticking up and backing the G, my guy. Absolute respect to you, Kenny. Absolutely. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Sniper Man. Sal, do you think Mount could be another Bruno Mainu leaving space behind, but more of an injury risk play? I agree with that, Sniper Man. Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. I think Mason Mount can play in that false number 9 position. I don't think we can move into the midfield because of his injury record. The problem with Mason Mount going forward is his injury record. That's what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And we can't risk him in that position because it's a very high energy, how would I say it, intense position that you have to play in that midfield. You can't just throw him. I'm a Scorpion. Big up the Scorpions. So is my mum, by the way. Absolutely. Sal, also, what do you think about Ronaldo's red card and the next game? What I would say, Sniper Man, is that it's Armenia, Sniper Man. Anyone could beat Armenia. The gaslighting of Armenia is just getting ridiculous. They might have won 10 if Ronaldo played. I don't like the disrespect to Ronaldo, Sniper Man, because at the end of the day, without Ronaldo, Portugal would have won nothing. And that's the bottom line. Yeah, maybe Ronaldo needs to move on. He's 40 years old. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. So a big credit to Cristiano Ronaldo where it's due. But maybe he needs to move on. But what we have to say is this, right? Portugal would have won that anyway. 9, maybe 10, maybe 11. Who knows? Dave, are you seeing the conflicting reports again? It's Sal, are you seeing the conflicting reports again? It's reported that various people that Gallagher links United is inaccurate and prefers to say. And prefers to stay. Look, at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of conflicting reports and reports that, I don't want to know about. I've told you before, Dave, I don't want to know about conflicting reports. I will tell you the reports. Man United are interested in Conor Gallagher. Don't listen to anyone else. All this wide of the mark thing. People talk about João Gomez now. I spoke about João Gomez a month ago. People talking about the players I mentioned a month ago. So Man United have him on their radar. Will they sign him? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they will. Maybe they sign someone else. But he is on the radar. So the conflicting reports, the reports that Man United are already in talks with Gallagher is a myth. There was reports that he was in talks with Gallagher. Man United are in talks with Gallagher. That is far from the truth. We are not in talks with Gallagher. That is absolute myth. We are interested in Gallagher, but that doesn't mean we're going to sign Gallagher. Do you know what I mean? So this is one thing we have to look at. Absolutely. Arsenal are scary. Absolutely. They're very scary. Of course they are. Absolutely. Like, they're as scary as the Teletubbies, guys. You know what I mean? Dan. Morning, Sal. Any idea Ruben Amorim wants his ideal midfielder to be? Probably between Stiller, Wharton, Anderson, Baleba. Those 4 there. You got it there. And there'll be 2 of those. Absolutely. Slices of Sib, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. If Arsenal get Semenyo, bro, then I'll be worried they will win the league. Imagine Semenyo on the right, Eze on the left. My goodness, mate. I mean, don't care about that. Don't get scared, Slices of Sib. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. Who's Semenyo? He plays for flipping Bournemouth. Who cares? We got Cunha and Embremo. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Much better stats as well. Let's not worry about what Arsenal do and stuff. Dave, If Mount isn't being in number 10, just let him out on the bench. Absolutely, Mount in the number 8 will make us easy to dominate. I agree with that. Dave. Dan, United have played the top 4 sides in England already, and we are 4 points from second. Amram, definitely, as the manager, we have been searching for. Thank you, Dan. I agree with that, my guy. Absolutely. And very unlucky as well. It could be even higher. Dave, with the way Liverpool's window went, we've seen that people should give it time before glazing the rivals and saying that they are totally dominant since they signed some huge star. Look, at the end of the day, look, people are glazing Liverpool, people are glazing Arsenal. At the end of the day, I don't care if Man United are underrated. I don't care if Man United are an underdog. I like that. I prefer that. And I don't think people listen, but I prefer that Man United being the underdog. I prefer Man United going under the radar. I like that. All right, we're irrelevant. Great. Fantastic. I like being irrelevant because at the end of the day, people could just shut off on Man United and we can just proceed in what we have to do, guys. That's what we have to do. Our biggest challenge this season, Man United's biggest challenge this season, is to qualify for this Champions League. That's it. Top 5. That's what Man United need to do. If Man United get that, that's an achievement for Man United, right? And then we can build from there. Then we can get the players to fix the squad even better from there, of course. Mars, I feel that people who are against us are just jealous of our success in the face of one bad season. People are jealous of our success. Man United haven't been where we need to be and where we should be since Alex Ferguson left, of course. But the thing is, a lot of these people and the media outlets and the social media outlets are against Man United because we caused them a lot of pain growing up. And that is to do with the YouTubers as well. We caused them a lot of pain. We caused them a lot of tears growing up. And that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, they've carried that burden for the rest of their life. And maybe I owe them an apology. Maybe I should say sorry to those guys because at the end of the day, they had a lot of pain growing up. Man United growing up with a lot of pain, Man United winning so many things. I don't care because at the end of the day, guys, what I would say to you guys right now is that I've seen it all. We've won it all. I've seen it all. I don't need to feel anything else. I felt it. I felt trebles, three-peats twice and stuff like that, Absolutely. Mars, I feel the Glazers gave Americans a bad name in the bad rap because of their misuse of their power, and a lot of other American owners are starting to take over the Prem. I think American owners, we got the worst ones, Mars. I think we got the worst American owners of all time. I think the American owners are not that bad, but we got the worst ones of all time, and they do give them a bad name, Mars. Absolutely. Dave, with the impact that Mbeumo and Lemens have in this team, shows the type of profiles we should be signing. Imagine we get signings in that midfield, and they have the same impact as Mbeumo. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. And I love that, Dave, because that's a good comment. Because at the end of the day, you think about that. If Man United fixed that midfield, we should have fixed the midfield in the bloody summer, guys. You know what I mean? But if we fix the midfield now, if Man United managed to fix it, Man United can go anywhere. Man United can go. I think that is what they fear the most. I think that's what the haters fear the most. I think the haters fear that Man United could be back one day. I think they fear that. And I think that's what it is. I think it comes from a place of fear. I have no problem talking about Liverpool, what an achievement Liverpool did last season, or how good Arsenal are this season. I have no problem with that. But I've not seen, in this last five or so games, I've not seen anyone come up to me and say, you know what, well done, Man United. They're really picking it up. They turned it around. We're not where we need to be. I know that. We're not on Arsenal's level yet. No, we're not. And we'd be delusional to think that way. But what we're talking about here is that if you cannot see improvement, if you cannot see where we're going, I just think that you have an agenda. And it is an agenda at the end of the day. Agenda Brendas. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Big up, Dave. Mars, and they are utilizing their funds in the right ways and making them teams that are ahead of them go down the drain. I'm sorry, man. Big up. Yeah. Morning, Daryl. What's going on, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope everything is blessed with you, of course. Good morning, SLD. Smash the likes, Pete. Big up, SLD, you legend. Hope you're doing well, my guy. True, Arsenal are serial wafflers. Arsenal are serial wafflers, right? They're serial wafflers. At the end of the day, a team that's never seen a European trophy that currently exists, they got less European legacy than Tottenham, right? But it's not only about European legacy, right? It's not only about that. It's about having a beautiful history that Man United have. We're the greatest story ever told, and people can't have that. You can make Netflix series about Man United's history. You can't do that with other clubs because it's so disgusting. You know what I mean? And this is what we're talking about. And if you can't handle the truth, then get out there. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's all I would say. At the end of the day. We have a good recruitment team. What players have to do is work hard to get in the top 4. The funds will be ready to help us sign good profiles that will help us to be able to get top 4 in the next seasons too. I agree with that, absolutely. I love being irrelevant. I love being irrelevant and becoming Godzilla in the background. Exactly, Slices of Sib. Let us be irrelevant. Let them say we're irrelevant even though we're ahead of them. Let them say we're irrelevant. It's fine. I have no problem. God is great. We're nothing. We're nothing. At the end of the day. That is all it is. And we're just a football team. All right? Called Manchester United. Used to be called Newton Heath. And that's all we are. That's all we are. Just a football team. Just think of us that way. We're just a football team. Sheffield Wednesday. That's what we are. Let them think that way. Because in the background, we will be cooking, guys. And we will be cooking something very, very delicious. We will be. Don't worry about that. Very delicious. Bon appetit. It will be amazing, guys. Because let people think that we are irrelevant. Let people talk down to Manchester United. That's absolutely fine. Do your thing. That's fine. But I tell you what, you never disrespect our legacy. You never disrespect our heritage. You never disrespect our history. Because at the end of the day, your Liverpools of this world, your Arsenals of this world, your Chelseas of this world, your Manchester Cities of this world would not be anywhere if it weren't for Manchester United with that platform. All right? You can easily, in hindsight, talk about, it doesn't matter now, it's the past. Well, last season's league title was the past. Let's talk about the present. We're ahead of you. Let's go for that one then. That's the present right now, right here, right now. Yeah. Let's see. Let's not do how far back you can go, because at the end of the day, everything's the past. What I just said is the past. Everything is the past at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Guys, as I said, I'm not just a YouTuber. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So, guys, there you go. Good morning, Ellen. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Dave, Arsenal fans do waffle a lot, though. Some are saying that they have a good squad capable of competing well to at least challenge well for the treble. They say that, Dave, and then you see them on streams crying their eyes out because they got one defender injured. And then I talk about Licha Martinez. Who's Licha Martinez? I mean, you mean the Argentinian World Cup winner? You know what I mean? The best defender at Man United? This is what I'm talking about, respect here. This is what I'm talking about, respect. They don't have the respect. I can talk in glowing terms about Gabriel. I don't even mention that De Ligt has been one of the best defenders this season either. I can speak in glowing terms about various players around Europe. You know? And I don't even need to mention Man United fans. But when it comes to Man United mentioning Licha Martinez, when it comes to Man United mentioning De Ligt, when it comes to all these, who are they? No, they're overrated. No, they're this. Mbremo's overrated. Oh, yeah, let's keep underrating Mbremo, shall we? Because you underrated him at Anfield, didn't you? Cook there. Know what I mean? Too busy eating rats. Dave. These international breaks are killing momentum of the season. Each time we get back, it feels like we are starting over. At least I see that the next one will be in March. It's a while now, but you know what? These international breaks, there has been too many of them, if I'm being totally honest. Absolutely. Kenny, Dave Mitchell, the same Arsenal fans that were crushing out on the mains about Gabriel. Exactly, mate. They're a walking contradiction, man. They're a walking contradiction. Look, no one's saying, look, they're a very good team. And I'm going to say this right now, categorically. Let me just confirm this, guys. Arsenal are a very good team. They're ahead of us in their development, right? That's a mature thing to say, isn't it? They're ahead of us in development. Arsenal are a very good team, and it wouldn't surprise me if they win the league, right? They've got a bunch of games coming up, and their fixture list has been very kind. They've got a bunch of games coming up, apart from Bayern Munich, which they don't really need to win, which, at the end of the day, is easy. They can win those games. They can win those games. It's easy. I mean, it wouldn't be easy. It's not easy in the Premier League, but they can win those games. They're capable of winning those games. But listen, the crybaby nature of football fans, the crybaby nature, the selective outrage in regards to these fans, selective outrage. You could talk about the Busby Babes. You could talk about the history of Man United, how it's irrelevant. But mentioned, we won it 3 times. We won it 3 times. Without anyone, we won it 3 times. They cry. Right? Mike Tyson doesn't want to box. He doesn't get in a ring. When I get in a ring, I knock mother effers out. Right? That's what I do. But at the end of the day, it's all good. Because look, that's what I do. At the end of the day, if people want to mock the football club, they want to say things about the football club, I could go a lot further. But at the end of the day, through my experience, let it go. Sam, we should have used the money for Sesko to sign midfielders and give Rasmus Højlund more season to prove himself at Amorim. Hindsight's a beautiful thing, Sam. Antoine Semenyo would be a great sign in Liverpool after him as well. Yeah, let's not forget how poor Rasmus was last season as well. Arsenal cannot reach 20 league titles, even though Man United never wins it for the next 50 years. Arsenal will not win 3 European Cup titles. Arsenal won't win Europa League titles. Their name is not on the trophy currently. We're not talking about the past here. Let's talk about the current. Our name is currently on the trophy more than theirs, and we did it in the right way as well. Ellen, talk to my brother who's a Liverpool, and Liverpool are desperate for Semenyo, and he did reject us last summer because he wanted to same as Cunha and Bremo. Man United were already interested. No. Ellen, he didn't reject us. He didn't reject us. Don't get that twisted. Don't be your own journalist, Ellen. He didn't reject us. We were going for Cunha. We wanted Cunha. We agreed Cunha. We didn't want him. We wanted Bremo and Cunha. We did not want Semenyo. That was a lie. He didn't reject us, nothing. No reject. That's a lie. Don't listen to your little brother or whatever he's talking about. Of course, Liverpool, he's never rejected Man United. Man United have never approached Semenyo. It's crazy to see these men just had a meltdown a few weeks after saying that if they get an injury, defense. I mean, they said, our squad is the best. Our squad is the best. And then when they get an injury, there they go, crybabying. Sal, can you give it up to Ireland? Oh, congratulations, Ireland. Great. Fantastic. Wishing you the best of luck in the playoff, my guy. Best of luck to the great country of Ireland. As usual. Love Ireland. Love Irish people. Salt of the earth people. Congratulations, my guy. Really appreciate your efforts that game because I want you to qualify. Really good. Well done. Sal, Arsenal, which is scary by winning nothing. Scary, like as I said, they're scary like the Teletubbies are scary. That's how I see Arsenal. I see the Teletubbies. You know what I mean? With a big zero on top of their head, which means the trophies. Arsenal with the Teletubbies, big zeros on the head. Arsenal should be in the Squid Games. Zeros everywhere. Zeros. That's where Arsenal should be. Squid Game FC. That's what it is, guys. Teletubbies FC. That's what it is, guys. You don't want to mess with this, guys. You don't want to mess with this. Absolutely. Squid Games FC Arsenal. My goodness me. Can we get a top target this January window, bro? Is it possible or is it has been confirmed not possible? It's hard. It's difficult. That's one thing I would say. It's difficult. Man United are still in the same financial year at the moment. It's the fiscal year, the financial year. So Man United won't have as much money as Dean. They do have money, but it does depend on who's going to be outgoing at Man United, who's going to be leaving Man United as well. This is very important as well, guys, Absolutely. Maz, that they're changing the whole structure of the international break next year, next season. There's not going to be as many. They're just going to have longer and, better. Mars, I agree. Congrats, Ireland. I love Ireland and the need to be in the World Cup. There you go. Big up. There you go. There's a congratulations for Ireland. Absolutely. Congratulations to Ireland for qualifying for the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? Well done. The first World Cup since, was it 2002? Was it 2002? I'm not sure. Either 2002, 2006, if I'm not wrong. But well done. Sweet journalists are writing about how particular we Norwegians are to celebrate winning the group and going to the World Cup. Look, it's not a given to go to the World Cup. It's very hard to go to the World Cup. It's very hard for European teams to go for the World Cup because you have to come top of that group. And if you don't come top of that group, you're going to go into a playoff, which is hard. It's like 50-50, isn't it, when you go to a playoff? Because they both want it. Both the teams want it. So give yourself credit, Norway. Fantastic, Norway. Fantastic. Great team. Best Norwegian side I've seen in 20 years, 25 years, 27 years. Best Norwegian side I've seen since then, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ronny Johnsen, and Henning Berg. Dave, Sal, Brighton are really trying to hide the Baleba issues at the club. My friend who works there recently told Method that Baleba is just eager to join United. Yeah, for now they play him. But what do you make of it, though, Dave? What do you make of it? His performances have to count for something, right? His performances have to count for something. You have to count for something. His performances have been poor. You have to keep that in mind. Do you know what I mean? We can't just splash out 65, 70 million on Baleba if his performances are not up to scratch. Do you know what I mean? You have to remember that, you know? And to be honest with you, what I would say is this, right? Baleba has to help himself. He has to help us to help him. Baleba has to help us to help him. He has to show us that he wants to play for Man United. That's what he has to show us. But at the moment, he's not showing us. So we have to think of things objectively. We have to think like that. We have to think of things in a fair way, guys. Absolutely. Guys, absolutely. Guys, I want to thank everyone who's joined me yesterday, by the way. Who joined me on the stream. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And those who stayed to the end, it was emotional, guys. Ellen, 195 countries in the world. You English should be happier than you are to always get in the World Cup. It's not for everyone. You are a bit spoiled. We're just good, mate. England is one of the best countries in the world, and I don't hide from that. Music, film, sport, genetics. It's not my fault, Ellen. Be better, not bitter. You know, at the end of the day. That's all I can say about that. Sorry. You know, we're just dedicated, you know. It's not my fault. Instead of picking up a football, Norwegians want to build snowmen. Dave, that's what we actually talking about the other day, that his mentality is making me question him. You have to question it, Dave. It's a mature thing to do. You know, it's a mature thing to do. Big up Ellen, by the way. All banter. All banter. How much would you pay for Anderson? 65. 65. 65 million. Prince. Manchester United have cancelled plans to sign top midfield targets this January, but Manchester United can sign other top targets in other positions. Big up, my friend. Big up, Slices of Sib. My lady is Norwegian, by the way. She's over the moon that they qualify World Cup. It's a real huge deal there. Yeah, because imagine waiting 30 years to qualify for the World Cup. Bloody hell. Imagine it. You were born, you were a baby conceived in 1998, and then you ain't ever witnessed the World Cup. That you're 26 now when the World Cup starts. Ellen, remember that when you lose another penalty against Argentina? Yeah, well, you know what I would say? I've seen more England internationals than you've had up preferences. You know what I mean? I've seen more finals than Norway have seen in their whole entire history. You know what I mean? So in this last year, a couple of years. So yeah, there you go. We beat Argentina, by the way. When's the last time Norway actually beat anyone of significance? Did you beat Morocco back in 1998? Or was Yusuf Chipo and Mustafa Haji running rings around you? I can't remember. Absolutely. Was it that? Or were you relying on England to make your players good? Or were you relying on Haaland, who was born in Leeds? Were you relying on him? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. There you go. I think it's been England and Portugal this week. You know what someone said to me, and I'm going to say it very close, guys. You know, I'm going to say it very closely. Someone came up to me 5 years ago, right? Someone came up to me 5 years ago and said, England will win the World Cup, but it'd be with a German manager. This is before Tuchel came, yeah? This is what they said. It was weird. He said, I like England. I think England are going to do well, right? I don't know where he's from. I think it was from France or something, but he goes, England are good, and but they're going to win the World Cup. They're not going to win that World Cup in Qatar. They're going to win the next World Cup, and it's going to be with a German manager. It's like, who? Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Hansi Flick? Who's it going to be? Weird, isn't it? Weird. Dave, good stream and chat to hit. Thank you, Dave. A legend, as usual, my friend. Absolute legend. Who should play in the Dorgu position between Shaw and Lisandro Martinez? Dorgu should play there. And Licha Martinez should play in left-sided centre-back. You know? What's that, Ellen? The Salmon Cup? I don't know what it is. That's not a cup, mate. It's not a cup. It's a friendly. It's a friendly tournament. No one cares about the Salmon Cup. You know, no one cares about that. We got a World Cup. Doesn't matter what it was. We got that star on our chest. Where's your star? I'm looking. I can't find your star. Oh, your star's playing up front for you, born in Leeds. That's your star. Absolutely. There you go. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a great player because of England. Ronnie Johnson was a great player because of England. Henning Berg was a great player because of England. Every one of your players are great players because of England. Odegaard's a great player because of England. What you want? Just show some appreciation. Show some appreciation. Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, we shouldn't. Look, let's stop signing Norwegians. They can be as good as San Marino. Why don't we do that? Do you know what I mean? Let's stop signing Norwegians now. Let's sign Swedish. Come on, Swedes. Come on down. You can have it. Come on, you Swedes. Come on, you Finnish. Come on, Danish. Come on, we want you. F the Norwegians. They can go and you know what I mean? Lordy, and all that. Absolutely. Big up Slices. It's all banter, guys, by the way. Don't worry about it. People are just walking in. We're having a good laugh, a good crack. That's how we do things in Stretford Post, guys. But people get emotional. If I get emotional like this on other channels, people start crying. Oh, my goodness me, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. Oh, my goodness me. You cannot say that. Oh, my goodness me. You cannot say that. That is not the right. This is not the right. Is it not the right? Is it not the right? You cannot say this about this. No. No. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. Guys, enough cooking. I've had enough cooking. You know what I mean? I'm not. This is Gordon Ramsay FC, guys. Stream. Gordon Ramsay FC. Enough cooking. Tuto, what's going on, my friend? Buongiorno, what's going on? How you doing, Forza Italia? I know who you are. Big up yourself. Appreciate tuning into our show. I appreciate you. I like the conversation. I know it's a lot of doom and gloom around Italian football at the moment, but I thought I'd lend some moral support. You know what I mean? I thought I'd learn some more. I'll give you some moral support. I saw it. It just flicked. It just attracted me to it. I don't know why. You know, that's fate at the end of the day. But great channel. Keep doing your thing. Brilliant. Loved it. Brilliant. And big up Italy. Big up Italy. Italia, they're going to be back, guys. Come on. Macedonia in the playoffs. Come on. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Have the guts. And one thing we'll say about Italy, one thing we'll say about Italy, right? They've won a lot. They've seen a lot. They've won a lot. Who cares? You've seen it all. I'm born in England. I've never seen a trophy for England. So you've seen it all. Look at Ellen. She's seen one World Cup in her lifetime. You know, one World Cup. Ephraim, smash the like to subscribe. Big up, Ephraim. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you. Love the stream. Love you, Ellen, all day long. As usual, it's all banter. Honestly, Ellen, great crack this is. I do love it. This is why I love Stretford Post, guys. It really is. What have I done with this thing? Hold up. This is why I love Stretford Post. I love Stretford Post because we do have a crack, guys. We do. Absolutely. Yale, did you compare Norway to San Marino? I know you're joking, but then Italy are worse than San Marino, who are worse than them. Italy have 5 World Cups. Who are you? Maybe have 4 World Cups. Who are you? Who are Norway? Who are you? You're just a country that borders Russia. There you go. Grazie tutto. Big up, my friend. Big up. Absolutely good to see you. Good to see you. And good to see the Italians in the house, of course. I have my Italian heritage, Napolitan, you know what I mean? Guys, it is a joke. It is a joke. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, look, Italy can afford to take a break because they won so many World Cups. They won Euros, World Cups. They've had great players, Maldini, Albertini, Costa Curta, Signori, Gianfranco Zola, Roberto Baggio. Should I go on? You know, who have you got? Eric Nevland? Eric Nevland? Is that who you have? Oh, guys, it is good. I mean, they won everything, mate. Slice of sip. It's what I'm doing right now, guys. I think I'm being cruel. I've had a cruel show. I think I've had a cruel show. I think I need therapy because I'm very cruel sometimes. And I don't mean it. I do have a joke and a laugh. That's me. I've got a dark sense of humor. What can I say? I have got a dark sense of humor, guys. But look, that's life. That's what all the people say. But I enjoy it. It's fun, guys. It is fun. As long as you're not a crybaby. You can't say that. You can't say that. You know. Guys, absolutely. We do have Europe's top scorer. What? In the Mickey Mouse era? In the Mickey Mouse era, where they're scared of Teletubbies? Is it that what it is? In the Mickey Mouse era? Italy's defense won all those goals. Let's not forget Roberto Baggio, by the way. Roberto Baggio scored 70 goals this era. Absolutely. He would score 70 goals this era, guys. He really would. It really would at the end of the day. They have their player called Harlan, who was born in Leeds, who's scoring for them. So there you go. Absolutely. Italy, no one could step to Italy right now. Right, I'm half English. I was born in England, right? Norway can't even step to England, let alone Italy. Italy on their worst day win trophies. On their worst day at Wembley Stadium. You know what I mean? Broke my heart because I wanted England to win because I'm English. Born in England. My wife was, I'm really, really happy. She's Italian. Yep. Who remembers Boto Baggio's one? Who remembers the World Cup win in Germany in 2006? Do you remember that, Ellen? I bet you don't. Who remembers the 2006 World Cup, eh? Who remembers that? You remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember 1982? Do you remember 1982? Do you remember that? Do you remember 2020? Do you remember that? You don't remember that, do you? I'm sure you remember that. Do you? Do you remember that? I can't even remember Norway's last World Cup. All I can think is, when I think about Norway, I think of Yusuf Chipo and Mustafa Hadji. That's what I think about. That tells me everything I need to know. Mustafa Hadji and Yusuf Chipo. I think about Morocco. So, which Italian side was best for you? The 1994 World Cup squad is my favorite squad. I think that was the best squad. You know, absolutely. Charlie, we were there in 1998. We also knocked England out of the World Cup in 1994, not letting them take part. That's all right, mate. You knocked them out with players who are playing in England. Wait, guys. Norway, the best fish quality award. Look, Jarle, Norway can't step to England. You need England. What are you going to play? Mulder every week? What are you going to play? Mulder every week? Are you going to go to Mulder every week and just play? You know what I mean? Is that what you're going to do? Sorry, guys, I'm cooking them. I have to cook them. I have to cook the Norwegians today. They're getting a little bit ahead of themselves. One World Cup in 30 years. My goodness me. Here we go. Here come Prime Spain. You know what I mean? One World Cup in 30 years. I remember Denmark won the Euro Cup in 92. That was my first memory of big cups, actually. What the one they shouldn't have qualified for, the one that Yugoslavia couldn't go. So Denmark qualified. Yeah, I remember that. It was the year we signed, it was when we signed Peter Schmeichel. And Peter Schmeichel became a legend, of course, at Manchester United, as we know. Lots of people were doubting Peter Schmeichel before Peter Schmeichel came to Manchester United. Lots of people saying, he's not proven in the Premier League and blah-de-blah. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Sir Alex laments for his impact on the Manchester United team. We need a good goalkeeper to be successful. Kudos, laments. Big up, Prince. I like what Sir Alex Ferguson said about Senny Lamens. I really do. I love it. And you know what I would say is that great, fantastic. You know, Senny Lamens. It's been a great, and as I predicted, guys, he would. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Jarle, I said this as well. I think England will win the World Cup. England would have won something by now if we didn't have bloody Gareth Southgate in charge, by the way. England had the worst manager of all time in charge of England and still got to finals. That shows you how good that team was. If England had a Tuchel or anyone else, even Sam Allardyce in charge, I think England would have won something by now. I hope England is really about the time football goes home. Ellen, I hope we play Norway. I've got a feeling we're going to play Norway, Ellen. I've had this feeling for a while. I have a feeling we're going to play Norway. I think that would be a good game. I think that would be a brilliant game. I think England against Norway would be a brilliant game. I think it would. I would much rather, let me tell you though, I would much rather play anyone else but Norway. I'll be honest. Because I believe, I don't know what you guys think, I believe that Norway and England are very similar. I think they're very similar. I think it's actually like a British derby, like England-Scotland sort of thing. England, Wales, England, Ireland, except Norway are better. That's what I think, you know, at the end of the day. But the revisionism, guys. Portugal. I mean, didn't Portugal lose 2-0 to Ireland? Who England beat 5-0? I mean, I couldn't believe that, you know. Yeah, Portugal are Portugal at the end of the day. They're going to have a good World Cup, I think. It's going to be, let's see what happens, guys. And as I said yesterday, I'm not going to flip-flop from it. I'm not going to flip-flop from it. It does depend on the draw. The draw is so important. Who you play does determine how well you do in this World Cup, in my opinion. Who you play, it depends on that, of course. Ellen, let's hope you don't play Norway. It will be a short tournament for you guys. There you go, Ellen. And then you woke up, Ellen. You're hit with a wet salmon. Is that how you wake people up in there? Is that your alarm? Wet salmon. Oh, God. Sorry. Sorry. I don't mean I love Norway. I really do. Honestly, I love it. But yeah, look, it's never going to happen. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to be losing to a team with a player plays for Lillestrøm or Molde or some team like that, Viking FC. I don't know. It's not a salmon, Sal. It is a wet salmon. That's how you wake up every night, every morning. A wet salmon. Someone comes in with big Wellington boots, walks into your room with a big salmon and just goes, and a raincoat and a hat, looking like the one out of who is it? It. And then, but a grown-up version. And then gets a salmon and just goes around your face. Oh, it's time to wake up. Absolutely. Red time. So what's going on, my friend? Still Belabor Semenyo. Just imagine wish we'd gone for Osman instead of Sesko. Let's believe in our players, man. Let's believe in our players. Osman didn't want to go. Osman's a mercenary. He wanted 400k a week, apparently. Sal, Spain and England are favourite for me. We'll have to wait and see what the draw brings, of course. We have to wait and see what happens during that World Cup. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to be doing all the watch-alongs, guys. So you guys can get your banter back. When the World Cup starts, you can get me back. Don't worry about that. I'm going to be here watching. So I'm going to be here watching the World Cup. Guys, so that's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to watch the World Cup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we can banter each other on here. You know what I mean? That's what's good. There you go. I need a wig. Big up, everyone. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'm happy with Sesko. I can see he will be a good. Don't worry about that. I am happy as well. I don't think this. So look, I don't like bigging up players that don't play for us. Let's just believe in the players that we currently have. I think that's what we should do. We should believe in the players that we have, and we should back the players that we have. No point reminiscing. No point thinking about hypothetical scenarios. It is all about thinking about the players that we have right now. That can do a job for Man United. That can bring Man United forward, of course, guys. Absolutely. Jale, let's hope we do not have the delay in the game, 12 hours because of the storm. Oh, yeah. You know what I would say? Just bring back Premier League football, guys, please. Can we have Premier League football back, please, guys? I'm looking forward to the Everton game. And we have to wait till Monday, guys. Monday. Tell me why. I hate Mondays. We have to wait until Monday to England play, guys. Monday we're playing Yale and Ellen. Monday. Actually, Tuesday for me because it's midnight. The kickoff is at midnight. So it's actually Tuesday for me. Guys, this has been a great therapy session. Thank you, everyone. Just over, what are we on? Under a week now. I'm off work. Have a good morning, everyone. Have a good morning, Yale. Take it easy, my friend. Take it easy. Guys, what show? Great show. Again, great show. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. If you're new, guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Thank you, the newcomers who's joined me today. Big up Tuto, big up yourself. Subscribe to your channel. Great stuff. Guys, I'm available if you need me to give you any football insight. I'll jump on, no problem at all. Shout me a holler, guys. And a big thank you to Ellen for being such a sport. And a big thank you to Yale for being such a sport. And a big thank you to everyone. Glory, glory, Man United. We're all in the same boat, guys. We're all Man United. We bleed red, guys. That is what it's all about with Man United. Hated, adored, never ignored. That is what it's all about, Manchester United. Irrelevant Man United, who are ahead of Liverpool, who are supposed to be relevant. I don't know. I don't know how it works these days, guys. I do know that these days they give runner-up trophies and stuff like that. I think that maybe they'll get the runner-up trophy. So maybe they are a winner. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth. That's the truth. Because you're below us and you're going to get your runner-up trophy, guys. Absolutely. There you go. Man United, onwards and upwards. We keep going, guys. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. We're going to be back, guys. We're going to be back. We're going to be back. We're going to be back. Massive attack. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Guys, take it easy. Prince Semenyo's openly said he doesn't want to play left wing back position. So just to let you know. Guys, thank you, everyone, for roll on Monday, says Benny Sligo. Big up yourself. Big up, my friends. See you soon. See you later on for Chatterboxer, guys. Have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner, and this is Stretford Post and Breaking Dawn. See you soon, guys. Have a great day. Peace.